Hi, my name is Vanya Silverten and I'm an intuitive healer, and this video I would like to explore why you still might be waiting for love, why you still might be waiting for the one to come and complete you. And I've worked with thousands of people over the last 10 years, and the majority of people who do come and see me are after love. So I'm going to explore the 4 main reasons why you might not be attracting love into your life. Now, love is, I believe, our path towards enlightenment. It's how that we understand the divine. It's how we understand ourselves. Love teaches us many amazing virtues like acceptance, kindness, compassion, patience, understanding, wisdom, and courage. And it is through relationships, it is through having soulmate connections that we learn to understand love and therefore learn to master love. And so we attract many soulmates into our lives. That could be our mother, our father, our child, a lover, a lifelong partner, so that we can play out this beautiful dance of love and dive deeper and raise higher into the exquisite experience of it. But if you're one of these people that is still waiting for love, maybe you've been waiting for a month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe it's a year, 5 years, 10 years, there are 4 very common traits why this might be happening to you. So let's dive in and explore them. The first one I found is that people have corrupted versions of love. So corrupted versions means that you've got a distorted understanding of love, and because there's a distortion in your perception, you either attract unhealthy relationships because you attract people that match that distortion, or you keep yourself away from love because you find it a very scary thing. So some of the ways that we get corrupted or distorted patterns usually come from our family. Maybe your family was abusive, maybe your parents argued and yelled quite a lot, and that taught you that love is full of tension, or love is full of arguments, or that love is crazy. Maybe you had an ex-partner who was extremely jealous and controlling, and you learned that love was possessive and love was unsafe, and love made you feel suppressed. For others, you may have experienced a mother who abandoned you or neglected you as a child, and then you get the understanding that love always leaves, or that love makes you feel small and isolated and alone inside. And so these corrupted versions of love get passed down, and they corrupt our thinking, and then we go out into the world and we don't attract love just because we don't have the correct understanding and definition of it. And when our thinking is distorted, our energy body gets distorted, and the vibration we emit out is distorted, and therefore we attract either no love or distorted, unhealthy relationships. The second reason I have found for people, if they're unable to find love, is that there wasn't enough love flowing in the family as a child. Okay, love is an extraordinary force, it's quite a magnificent force, and we need to experience love in many different ways. We need to experience love through words, we need to hear it, we need to feel love through touch, we need to feel it through a hug, through actions, and through kindness. And many people have grown up in families where love wasn't expressed, and expressed in its many forms. So that could be your parents were very cold. Maybe they were cold and rigid and were unable to express love to you. Maybe you grew up in a family that was very silent, and therefore the ability to communicate love wasn't taught to you. And so when love doesn't get passed down, when love isn't able to flow, what tends to happen is that we tend to create isolation patterns within us. So when love doesn't flow to warm us up and make us feel, wow, I can express this, I can create love, I can generate love, I can share love, and we don't get that imprint, what we get instead is an isolation pattern. And so isolation pattern would be things like, I'm lonely, I'm unable to connect to people, I feel isolated, I feel separated from other people, or I'm always on the outside of the group. They're all isolation patterns. They're all love isolation patterns. And so when we've got those patterns running through us, we tend to feel like love just passes us by. That person that could have been our soulmate just passes us by, because we haven't got the skills to allow love to flow through us to unite and connect with the other person. The third reason, which I find quite often why people are unable to manifest love, is because they're still energetically connected to a past relationship. So this could be an old relationship where you are still energetically married to them. Although the relationship has technically moved on, you're still energetically married to them. It could be because you're still longing for them. You haven't actually completed the process within yourself that this relationship is finalized, and you're caught in an illusion that you're going to get back together. Other times these energetic holding patterns is because you feel that the relationship hasn't completed. Maybe you felt like your lessons weren't completed on a soul level with them. Or maybe it's because you were left feeling quite broken and confused by the relationship, and you're still trying to resolve the puzzle of it. And many of us can carry a heartbreak for years from a past relationship. And these kind of patterns, a heartbreak or being still energetically married to a previous partner, brings up the reading out in life that you're with a person, even though you're not technically with the person. Energetically you're with the person still. And so the universe, like attract like, goes, well, this person doesn't obviously need somebody because they've already got someone. So sometimes you have to go through the process of actually really dismantling your energy field from a past relationship, returning your soul fragments from them, healing that broken part, getting out of the illusion that relationship will return back to you, so that you can truly clear yourself and move on. And lastly, and most importantly, the biggest reason I feel that people don't attract love into their lives is because they haven't learned to be their own soulmates. Yes, that means that you have to have the ability to love yourself more than anybody else can. That means that you have to fulfill yourself and complete yourself. That means that you have to be your own best friend. And many of us, get caught in the misconception that we're supposed to find the one who's going to fulfill us and complete us, and we'll live happily ever after. Well, that's not the truth, and that's just a recipe for disaster, because nobody out there can really complete you or fulfill you. You have to do that job yourself. You have to complete yourself. Yes, we're here to help journey with other people, but you have to learn to be your own soulmate first. And when you're your own soulmate, that's when you can experience true love. No longer are you wanting someone to fulfill the holes inside of you. Instead, you fill yourself with so much love that your own soul energy vibrates through you. It overflows, and it is able to pour into your partner. And when both partners are pouring love because they complete themselves and their soul love overflows from them into the other person, that's when you rise in love together. That's when you can experience higher experience of love, a more rounded, more complete, more healthy, love connection. So when you're able to heal your corrupted definitions of love and return it back to joy and peace and love and harmony, when you are able to allow love to flow through you, through your mind, through your voice, through your words, through your actions, through your touch, when you're able to be your own soulmate and overflow with love so that you can pour it into your next person, your next partner, your friend, your soulmate, and raise them to the experience of love. This is when you master love. This is the process of mastering love and experiencing love and generating love. It is only by generating love within us that we're able to generate love in our relationships. It is only when we are able to generate love inside of us that we're able to teach our soulmates, our family members, what love truly is, so that they can generate their own source of love. And the more people that can generate love, obviously the more peace and beauty and joy will be in this world. So I hope you take yourself on a journey of becoming your own soulmate and also learning to master love through other people. I leave you with this very interesting story, perhaps. When people don't clear up their stuff, okay, you can obviously attract unhealthy relationships, or you can go through your life feeling really lonely, but I had this really interesting experience. I'm an intuitive, so we feel things on other dimensions and things like that. So I was driving back on the motorway not too long ago, and there was an accident on the road. There was like a collision. And as I was approaching the accident, I got flashed back when the accident occurred and the two people died. And I saw two people, a man and a woman, and they died, and they collided into each other, and they instantly died, and their souls left their body, and only then could they finally meet and unite as soulmates, yeah? And I was like, oh wow. I mean, on some level I was like, wow, that's really quite weirdly romantic, isn't it? It's like through that tragic death that finally that you're able to escape life and release being trapped by the body and finally unite as two souls and be able to make love. And I reflected back on it and I thought, wow, amazing. Accidents tend to represent come into someone's life when they're completely out of alignment, when they haven't been listening to their intuition, when they haven't been listening to the messages, when they're, the universe has been knocking on them quieter and quieter, and the knocking's getting louder and louder and louder because they're out of alignment. And then the only thing that will wake them up is either an illness or an accident. And so these two people must have been so out of alignment that the only way that they could get back into alignment with love is to actually die. And, as weirdly and as tragically as romantic as that sounds, that's not the aim of the game. The aim of the game is for us to experience love here on earth. The aim of the game is to unravel all our limiting programs so that we don't create illness, so that we don't create accidents. The aim of the game is to keep unraveling ourselves so that we become beautiful, clear vessels, so that we can just instantly be attracted to that soulmate. We're so clear that our vibration just pulls the other person in, that our vibration is so clear that we instantly recognize the other person, that our vibration is so clear that we're able to just gently and beautifully just mesh and mold and raise and express and experience love at a high level. So I hope you enjoy your adventures in love. I certainly have enjoyed mine.